Good morning. Let's make our way into a comfortable seat. I leave my yoga mat out and I need to clean it. I will be using a block on my yoga mat this morning, but you can sit in a chair. You can sit on your couch, wherever you are. See if you can sit on the edge of your sits bones. Maybe roll your hips forward a bit, allow your belly to come low, and roll the shoulders back and down your spine. So elongate the spine. Invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable and safe for you. Allow the elbows to hang. Or rest in a position that is comfortable for you. And focus on your breath. Take long, slow, deep breaths in and long, slow, deep breaths out. And begin to play with some movement in the spine today. You can bend to either side gently. You can round forward, arch back. Just slow, gentle, small movements. Just to tune in to your upper body this morning. See how you're feeling. See how your body is feeling. How your spine is feeling. And you can start to make those movements a little bit bigger and find any areas that are sore or feel extra tense. And you can pause in those areas or move deeper into those areas. See if you can find a stretch. Maybe that stretch goes into your leg or your hip. You can come back to center, and we'll do the same thing with the neck. Just tune into your neck. See how the neck is feeling. Notice any areas that are stiff or don't feel like you can move into as much. You can do circles. You can lean the head over to one side and draw a line up and down with the face. We're just taking an inventory of how the body feels this morning. How the body feels today. We'll inhale the arms up overhead or as far as you can, and lean the body over to the left. Bring the left hand down to the side, either to the side of the chair or out to the side of you, and lean the body over. Feel a stretch on the right side of the body. Open the chest and the head. Open the chest and turn the head to look up. You can extend that arm if it feels good. You can leave it down, resting on your hip, resting your hand on your shoulder. Inhale back to center, elongate the spine, lift out of the seat, and then lean the body over to the right. And turn the head and the chest to look up. Inhale back to center. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. Long, slow, deep breath out. And we're going to make our way into standing today, wherever that is, however you want to make your way there today. You can come through tabletop and then downward facing dog, or maybe if you're in a chair, you just stand. And we're going to meet in forward fold. So if you have a chair or some blocks in front of you, either way, I have my chair here. that I think I will use this morning. My chair is a rolling chair. I recommend not using a rolling chair, but if that's all you have, it will work. So we're going to bend from the hips, hinge from the hips. So we're leaning the hips out over the heels, keeping the spine elongated and bending from there. You don't want to lock the legs out. Keep a slight bend in them and feel the stretch on the back of the legs. You can keep the feet about hip distance, which is if you draw a line from your big toes to your knees to your hips, that's about hip distance, or you can check that by bringing your two fists between your feet. And you can come down to the elbows if that is accessible and comfortable to you, or you can bring blocks under your elbows. And you can have your chair even closer to you if that's more comfortable for your body. And take a long, slow, deep breath in, long, slow, deep breath out. And then you can start to round through the back and lift the upper body up. Roll the shoulders back and down the spine when you get there, and the head comes up last. If you didn't already have your feet at hip distance, bring them there now. And feel into the bottom of the feet. Recommend doing this with your shoes off as well. Helps to earth into the ground and just train your feet to feel a little bit more. So once you're here, just begin to shift your weight around your feet. You can go from side to side, front to back. Just see if you can feel your weight shift around the bottom of your foot. So the bottom of your foot, the different areas will press into the ground, into the floor, into your mat, wherever you're standing. And see if you can feel every part of your foot pressing into the ground. You can even bend your knees a little bit. And once you have felt every part of your foot on the ground, see if you can bring your weight into center from side to side, and into center from front to back. And it may help to imagine if you had wheels on your feet as if your feet were cars. Where would you place the wheels? On either side of the toes, the toe knuckles, and on either side of the heels. And see if you can visualize that and bring your weight into center. And then lift all 10 toes off of the ground. Spread them wide. And see if you can feel the engagement of the front of the low leg, your shins. Engage your legs, your thighs, your glutes. See if you can imagine pulling the earth or the mat apart underneath your feet. So you're bracing against the outside of your feet, outside of your legs, pulling away from one another. Keep the toes lifted, engage the core, engage the abdomen, the upper abdomen, roll the shoulders back and down the spine and keep them there engaged. Feel how that naturally turns your hands, your palms face forward, and then spread the fingers wide as you can. And bring the chin parallel to the ground. And feel your whole body engaged. Take a long, slow, deep breath into the chest. Exhale out for mountain pose. You can relax your mountain, allow the toes to come down to the ground. We're going to inhale the arms overhead or just bring them to your heart. But as if you are unable to bring your arms over your head, the goal of bringing the arms over the head is to elongate the spine. So imagine you inhale, there's a string coming from the crown of your head, and we're lifting out of the spine. So we're going to elongate the spine. Then inhale and exhale. Bring your right leg in front, your right foot in front, and your left leg back. Bring your right toes are pointing forward towards the top of your mat. Your back toes are pointing at a 45-degree angle towards the outside of your mat. And your legs are on different tracks, not in the same track, but on different tracks. So what that looks like from the front is like this. This is a small version, obviously, because I will run into my wall. But still a version. So you can bring your legs. Doesn't matter how far or how close your legs are. They can be very far or they can be very close. We're setting up the foundation for warrior one. So hips are not turned out to the side. They're face forward. So you pull that right hip back until it is parallel with your left hip. Your right knee is stacked over your right ankle, and bring the chest over, stacked over the shoulders. You can widen the legs if you want to feel a bit more of a stretch on that front, the left hip, and arms options to be overhead reaching up towards the sky. If this is where you would like to be, or wherever you are, make sure you're not flaring the ribs out, which I'm not sure is easy for you to see now that I have put this up, but we're going to tuck the ribs in. So we're engaging the abdomen, the arms overhead. You can be at cactus arms here, like this. You can even bring your hands in a bind behind you for a bit of a pec stretch, or if you have a strap you can use behind you. This. Or you can leave your hands at your hips, wherever is comfortable for you today. We will all meet in Warrior One. Hold this posture. Gonna inhale to elongate the spine. Exhale, step that left foot up to meet the right foot. And then we will step the right foot back and switch the legs for Warrior One on the left side. So again, set up the foundation. The left foot's face forward. Right foot is 45 degrees out towards the edge of the mat. Pull that left hip back. So hips are square to the front edge of the mat. Left knee stacked over left ankle. Hands, again, options for overhead. Remember to tuck the ribs in, flare the ribs out so you're not bringing your chest forward, tucking the ribs in. I don't know if you can see the difference here. Options for cactus arms, hands on the hips, focusing on strengthening the legs and stretching that front hip, the right hip. Breathe. Inhale, step the right foot back to meet the left foot. Bring the feet hip distance again. We're going to inhale to sit the feet, to sit the hips back as if you were reaching back towards sitting in a chair. We're going to sit back into a chair. We're going to be in chair pose. So you can bring the hands back and down, palms face forward. If that's comfortable, you can bring hands overhead. We'll hold this for a couple of breaths. Find strength in the legs. Can stand back up. We'll do that one more time. So exhale into your chair pose. You want to make sure toes are not going over, knees are not going over your toes. We're really sitting back into the hips. Stand and then bring the can heel toe the feet much wider than hip distance, probably wider than shoulder distance, or if you have a yoga mat with you, as wide as the yoga mat so that your heels are on the yoga mat still. Big toes are on the yoga mat, but all the other toes are off of the yoga mat. So your feet are at a 45-degree angle. And then if you have a block or a small stool or maybe a stair, we're going to sit down into yogi squat. You can also do this without sitting on anything. We're going to sit the hips down. So this is what it will look like from the front. And if you are sitting on something like this, the goal here is to try and get your knees above your hips. So a stair usually works really nicely if you have stairs in your home, or a block works as well. And this posture is Malasana, yogi squat. It's helpful for digestion. Some people like to call it the pooping posture. You can also play with some movement in this posture if you are not sitting on something that is still, like a block or a stair. And you can sway from side to side and feel into your own hips. And then we can make our way back into a seat or onto the ground. Bring the legs out long. Walk the hips forward. Walk the feet forward a bit. Can inhale to elongate the spine. Exhale. Begin to walk the hands forward on the legs. We don't want to round through the spine to reach. We want to hinge from the hips just like we did with the chair. Hinge from the hips. And if sitting up like this is already feeling a great stretch on the back of the legs, you can stay right where you are. You can even come back if your legs are super tight, if you never sit like this. Or you can begin to hinge from the hips. Walk the hands forward and grab onto wherever your body is at today. And remember to breathe. And if hinging from the hips is not a helpful cue, if that's confusing, you can also think about pulling the chest towards the toes. Maybe that's better. As if there was a string pulling straight from the center of your chest forward. We're looking to elongate the spine, to contract the spine as if there was a drawstring at the bottom of your spine. So we're drawing the muscles of the back together. However, once you do make it into where you are feeling the stretch the most on the back of the legs, you can begin to start to round through the spine a bit. You can bring the chin to the chest and finish out that stretch on the back line of fascia that goes from the bottoms of your toes, over the bottom of your foot, up the back of your leg, all the way up your back, over your head, and to your eyebrow. Maybe if you tuck the chin to the chest as you are in this forward fold, you can feel that stretch. You can inhale back to an elongated spine, and exhale. Slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. See how slow you can roll down. You can lift the arms to reach towards the toes. Shoulders and head come down last. I'm going to scoot down because I think my head is off the edge of my mat. There we go. And let your body settle into laying flat on the ground for a moment. Notice how your body feels here. Does your low back hurt? Do your shoulders or your neck hurt? And then bring the knees into the chest and rock from side to side. You can even just take hold of the tips of your knees as you do this. And we're going to find a twist in the spine. So wherever you are, you can just bring the knees over to the side. Maybe that's too much of a twist, so you can always allow the feet to come down to the mat and the knees to just fall or lay over to the left side. So this is the first variation of the twist. You can bring the knees over, both of them to the left. Second variation. You can bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh for a little more of a twist. You can even straighten that bottom leg for even more. For last variation. And then you can turn your head to the right and breathe. Twisting is really good for your lymphatic system because you have a large lymph drainage. My brain is forgetting the word now, but duct, a lymph duct in the center of your body, the core area, your belly area. So twisting helps to move that through. It's important to clear those ducts before you try to do any other lymph work, because it's like if you are trying to push water through a blocked dam, it's not going to go anywhere. But if you're trying to push water and the dam isn't blocked, then it'll just flow easily. So you can bring the head back to center, the knees come back to center, and whatever you did on the left side, you can mirror that on the right side. And turn the head to the left. Remember to breathe long, slow, deep breaths. Bring the head back to center, the knees back to center. Bring the knees into the chest. And if you have a strap nearby, you can use it. If you do not have a strap nearby, that is okay too. And you can either reach for the outside of the feet through the inside of the knees. We're going to do a little variation on, usually do happy baby. You can do happy baby if that is more comfortable for you. I'm feeling like a reclined cobbler's pose today. So if you have a strap or a scarf or a belt or something, you can use that to bring the feet closer to the chest/groin. And just use the strength of the hands to hold on to the strap. Long, slow, deep breath in. Long, slow, deep breath out. And then you can release the feet or take any last movements that would feel good to you. And then as you're ready, you can bring the legs out long, as wide as the mat or wider than the mat. Press the back of the head into the mat to find space to tuck the shoulders underneath of you so the chest is wide. Allow the hands to come out to the side. Been yawning a lot today. Palms face up. And again, notice the body. Notice if anything changed from the beginning of the practice to now. And focus on scanning the body for any last tensions, any last places that are holding, and allow them to release and relax and settle into the ground. Oftentimes I find that my eyebrows are still furrowed or holding my jaw, or sometimes my shoulders or my chest, my hips, my hands or feet. So if any of those places are holding on there, just let go. You are safe. You are held. Allow your body to rest for a while. So bring some awareness back to your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Allow that movement to come into your wrists and ankles. You can make circles. You can start to gently move the arms and the legs. You can bring the legs together out long. Stretch the arms overhead. Bring the knees into the chest. And rock from side to side. Eventually rocking all the way over to one side. You can use your bicep as a pillow. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. And a long, slow, deep breath out. And as you're ready, you can use the strength of your arms to help push you back up to a seat. Keep the eyes closed or the gaze soft. And we'll end the practice today with some humming. So we'll do a few rounds. You can inhale together and then hum on the exhale. So take a long, slow, deep inhale. And allow the hum to resonate in your throat and your nose and your chest. You can play with where you feel the hum. If you move your tongue, the back of the tongue in different areas, you can feel the vibration in different areas of the body. Last time. If your nose itches now, you can itch your nose. Bring the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in this practice today. Allowing me to guide you through some postures to your body from my heart to yours. Thank you.